I welcome you to Drawing with Empathy, a natural way for you to connect with the world that you see. I am Heather Williams, and this is our final Lesson 4, Collisions and Transitions. Come with me and let's explore light and dark. Light and dark. Let us look carefully at the light and dark values in this picture. Find an intersection. I've drawn this one and this one. And then ask yourself, is one side lighter and one side darker? Just look for yourself and see if it is true. Now we're going to talk about collisions and transitions. When light stands right smack next to dark, we call it a collision. A collision is like when two cars slam in. It's a collision. When light and dark slam together, it is called a collision. And this is a good example up here. When the light gradually changes to dark, we call that area a transition, like this area here. Collisions and transitions make your drawings feel alive and real. Another thing about collisions and transitions. Collisions describe the edge of a form in space. This imaginary form in space up here feels like the black behind it is somewhat separate. There's an edge here to the dark and the light. Now, transitions describe the roundness of a form or an extension of the form in space, like this part of the hair or this part here goes from dark gradually going into the light. So in shading, or in going from the darkest dark to the lightest light, or from the values, or however you want to talk about it, you got to practice with your pencil the full range of what each pencil can do. And there are many different kinds of pencils. Some are very, very, very dark. Some are very, very light. Take the pencil that you have and find out, what can this pencil do, and what do you have to do with the muscles in your hands and fingers and arm to make this pencil go as dark as it can and gradually get lighter and lighter and lighter. I'm going to do a quick review of each of our lessons. The observer self. What is that? We're practicing empathy by seeing with our observer self and connecting with our world. No judgments when you look. Just gaze and notice your thoughts. And again, there are 3 directions that we look for in the visual world to draw. Vertical, horizontal, diagonal. And, quick review, intersections or the Y shape. The 2 directions that tell the story of what comes forward and what goes behind. And constellations, where you look for the visual pattern of intersections that can help guide your eye and hand and pencil and compare it with your drawing with the world in front of you. And now light and dark and value and shading. We're talking collisions. Look carefully at where does the dark and the light meet. That creates an expression of a form in space. A transitions where the light gradually changes from dark to light. I want to say thank you to Valentin Saether. I learned what to look for in order to draw what I see from Saether. I was his apprentice for 5 years. My job was to boil mediums, grind oil paint, and transcribe his Saturday oil painting class lectures. My book, Drawing as a Sacred Activity, published by New World Library in 2002, and these Drawing with Empathy video lessons are how I'm sharing what I learned. Today, Mr. Saether lives in France and Norway. So our Drawing with Empathy, observational drawing, lesson 4 is complete. Now you go get a piece of paper and a pencil and practice drawing the world that you see from your unique point of view. Feel connected with your visual world. We're all in this life together, and each one of us sees this world through our own unique point of view. No one sees the whole picture alone. We work best when we work together. Thank you so much for listening. Follow your heart in drawing the world with empathy. Your point of view is important.